Well, hey y'all, today we're going to throw together a simple, classic pumpkin pie, and I'm going to play with some pie dough. At the end, we're going to try to make it pretty around the edges. We'll see how that goes. Now, this is in my first cookbook, and you can buy both of these through the mail or on my website, and we'll talk about that later. But this is a classic pumpkin pie, and I've got 3/4 cup of sugar, and I've got, I'll tell you this, and I'm going to write all this out for y'all too. I've got 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon ground cloves in there. And so I'm going to put that in with my sugar and just get this all mixed around here. This smells so good already. Okay, now got that done. Put that out of the way. Now I've got 3 farm fresh eggs right here. Look at these pretty blue eggs. Aren't they pretty? One of my son's hens lays blue eggs. And so they're just really, just tickles me to death. 1, 2, and 3. And in it goes. Okay, now I'm just going to give these a quick whisk back and forth. Now, do y'all have a favorite? Is it pumpkin pie or is it pecan pie? To me, those are just the 2 main pies, and Thanksgiving and Christmas is pumpkin and pecan, and I love them both dearly. And my favorite is whichever one's on my plate at the time. Now, you can scroll back and you can find the recipe where I was baking a pie pumpkin from scratch, and I made a small cinnamon, sweet potato dish, and I just put those in the oven and I baked them from fresh. And you could use canned if you want to. This is equal to 1 can of pumpkin puree. Now, not the pie mix, but the pumpkin puree. This is equal to 1 can. And it was 15 ounces. And I was really a little bit shocked that one little pumpkin was exactly 15 ounces. How did they do that? Well, I don't know, but this is going to make it oh so good. Alrighty, now I'm going to add to this, I'm going to go ahead and add our sugar mixture. Get all those good flavors out of there. Oh, it smells so good. See, I grew up in a pie house. My daddy loved pie, and so we had pie pretty much every day for dinner, which is what some of you good people that live in town call lunch. But we had it all the time, and it was just absolutely delicious. And Mother made all kinds of pies. Okay, 1 can of evaporated milk. It's a 12-ounce can, 12 ounces. Be sure to shake it up good, y'all. And I'm going to add this slowly. Now, you could use your hand mixer if you wanted to. I didn't see any reason to get that big rascal out. But I've got my oven. Let me tell you exactly what the temperature is. 425. So I've got the oven preheated to that, and I'm going to put it in there at 425 and bake it for about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to cut the fire down to about 350. And then I'm going to bake it till it's done. So there we go. How easy was that? You can make a pie. I know you can. Okay, so now let me tell you this. This pie crust is a gluten-free homemade pie crust. And it's also in the first cookbook. And it's Sugar Rebel 2's grandmother's, my friend Carol. And y'all, it's a hot water pie crust. She didn't use ice cold water. And this was her grandma. And she was just like the best cook in the whole wide world. So that's what I have used, and I love it. But one thing I like to do with it, instead of rolling it out, I like to just pat it in. You know, it doesn't have to be rolled out beautifully, perfectly, wonderfully flat, because there's going to be a pie in it. And I'm just going to scoop. Now, you could pour this in there, but considering that I'm having trouble with my shoulder, I'm not going to try to pick this big thing up here. But we're just going to ladle some of this in here. And I've got enough for another shell. That's all I'm going to do right there. Okay, so here comes the fun part. We're going to see how this works. It may not work worth a lick, and if it doesn't, we'll know not to do that anymore. So let me get this stuff kind of out of my way a little bit, and we'll get that crust out here. Okay, I was playing with this earlier to kind of see if it was going to work. These are some little forms that I ordered from Amazon, and if it works, I'll put a link. If it doesn't work, you may never see this part of this video. But I'm just using gluten-free flour, and I floured my little board here, and I've rolled it out with my Mama's rolling pin, and then we're going to make these cute little leaf shapes. So I'm just going to put this in the flour, mash it down, depress the little plunger thingy so it'll make the patterns, and there we go. Okay, now let's see what happens. Let's try to put these around the edge of this there a little bit. Okay, it's fun to play in the kitchen sometimes, isn't it, y'all? It sure is. So, and then if you mash your pie crust into your shell, you can always take some pretty little, you can make a braided edge to go around it and make it pretty like that. And it's going to be really pretty. I was going to try to put these on the pie itself, but I think it would fall down inside. Trying to make them stay. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to get some more of these mashed around here. That one's got a little flour on that one. There we go. Now, see if I can get another one out of this. These are the cutest things. When I ordered these, they come with an assortment of leaves. And then I also ordered one that was fruit. And I haven't used that one either. So I am going to keep on. Let's see what we can do here. Some of these videos get kind of long. I know y'all don't like all that. But let's see if we can get another couple out of this little piece right here. All right. Ooh, is that gonna stick? No, it's not gonna stick. It's okay. Crust is averted. Okay, y'all, now you kind of got the gist of what's going on here. And I'm gonna keep on doing this, and I'm gonna put this in the oven, and I'm gonna bake it at 425 for 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna cut the fire down, and I'll let you know when it comes out how long it took. Of course, yours will take a different amount of time because I don't know the temperature of your ingredients. You know, I don't know what temperature your eggs were and your evaporated milk and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm kind of liking these things. And I do have another thing I'm going to do just here in a minute. I think I am. We'll see if I can do this without. Oh, golly gee whiz. I just need about one more. This one's not going to look very good at all. But we will. Nope. That's not very pretty. But we're gonna make it work, aren't we? Absolutely. Okay, now I need about a half of a leaf. So we'll do it like that. And get kind of a half out. Okay. Okay, there we go. Whew. You are going to get to see this part of the video. All right, now get over there. I've got one egg, and because I want this crust to be as pretty as possible, I've got another brown egg over here, and I'm just going to break this in this dish and give it a good, beat it real good. Then we'll baste this kind of on top of the little leaves, and that will help it to brown up and be pretty when it comes out. Okay. Okay, hold your mouth right, Ethel. We're going in. Let's start up here. You know, the first time I ever saw anybody mash a pie crust into the pie was Brenda Gant was making a pie crust one day, and I thought that is, and she was just mashing it in there, and I thought that is genius, because so often what gets us tripped up on making homemade pie is we're intimidated by rolling it out, and sometimes they want to roll out and sometimes they don't, and sometimes they have a mind of their own. And so when I saw Miss Brenda do that, I thought, I don't know, but I think that may just be my preferred way of getting a pie crust in the shell. On those days when you think, I don't think I want to mess with that even today at all. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is a trial and error. We'll see how it goes. Okay, now if you have a pie shield, if you have a pie shield, you can put this on there whenever it's the color you like. If you don't have a pie shield, no big whoop. You can just get some tin foil and cut it in strips and put it around the edge, and you are golden. So I'm going to carefully walk this into the oven, put it in there, and I'll see you when it comes out. And we'll see if it's one of these or a nuh-uh. So I'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, y'all, it is out of the oven and it is cooled off. Now, Mother always put her casseroles and pies and stuff up on top of coffee cups, and that helps them to cool. So that's what I do too. So let me show you what this looks like. Look at this. Isn't that cute? I got to practice on my leaves, but anyway, they're kind of cute to me. So let's just get us a bite here, and let's see. Let's slice this piece right here. Now, if you want to go see Carol, my friend Carol, make her grandmother's pie crust, go to Sugar Rebel 2, Sugar Rebel, and then the number 2 in your search bar on Facebook, and then type in pie crust, and there'll be several things that show up. And the video that I'm talking about is about a minute long, and so it's just really very good, and it works out well with my gluten-free substitution. This is where I break with a lot of people that like all the doodads on it. I don't care for the whipped cream, and so I'm just a purist. I just like my pumpkin pie, just pumpkin pie. Now, I have a big quart of the middle in the icebox, so I am ready for the next pie. And you don't have to do this in a smaller pie crust, y'all. If you pie pan, if you want to do it in that larger one, like you were going to do a cobbler, that would be great. Or you could use that same recipe and cut it into half in this one and half in that one. So let's see what we think. Y'all, that tastes like Thanksgiving right there. I'm telling you one thing, I am. It's thin, but it's good, and that way you won't feel like you've just had so many calories. Anyway, this is delicious. And these little pie crust form thingy-doos that do leaves, I'll put, if I can find the link on Amazon, I'll share that, and I'll share the link to my website, kimmysouthern.cooking.com, for the first cookbook and the second cookbook. Get you something yummy. Make your family happy. All right, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for this year. The Lord has truly blessed us. He has. So I'll see you next time, and y'all go do something fun. Bye, y'all. I'm going to have pie for supper. Oh, yeah.